Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So today is going to be a little bit of a different video on my channel. As requested from friends on Facebook and fellow nail techs and comments from, I think it was Jane, that asked me to do a video with e-file, and in my last video I promised I would get one out, so here it is. So I hope I can sort of help you with different things in this video. So yeah, we'll get started. So when I go in to completely remove acrylic, I like to use an extra coarse e-file bit. It's a carbide drill bit as well. It's got 2 XC on it. So, and I bought this from, I think I got this from, Chrissy Pierce's website at www.nail.supplies, but I will put that in the description box so you can go and have a look at her website. She has the best e-file bits and stampers and all that jazz. You want to just have a look, it's fabulous. So yeah, so I'm going in with the 2XC coarse drill bit, and I'm removing the bulk on a high speed with firm pressure. So I use my speed at 30 RPM, and I'm using a medium to firm pressure at the beginning to remove the bulk and the design and the top coat, just to eat away at that, because I always have a clear base layer of acrylic. So I'm definitely not using this e-file coarse drill bit on natural nail. You definitely don't want to be doing that, because you will cause yourself some harm, damage, and it will really hurt. You will get rings of fire everywhere. You'll burn yourself to death. So no, don't do that. So yeah, go down to your clear layer. This is why I always like to keep a clear base layer as well, so that when I do remove, because I remove nearly every set, sometimes I get a bit lazy and I'll just infill a few. I don't like to go any longer than 3. So after about 2 or 3 infills, I like to remove the whole lot and get a nice fully sculpted fresh set on there. So I'm just removing all the little bits of lifting. Now I do turn the e-file down to a medium speed and use much lighter pressure when I get towards the natural nail, because obviously I don't want to be going in all guns and fire with a drill bit that's going crazy on 30 RPM and then chewing to my natural nail. We definitely don't want to do that. So again, down to a medium to low speed. Light pressure, so you're not going to stick and jag over the acrylic, causing more complications like cutting skin and taking chunks out of natural nails. We don't want to do that. So medium to light pressure when you get around to those bits, and I remove all the lifting with the e-file as well. So you'll see where the lifting is. I get loads because I am terrible with my nails. I batter them. I don't wear gloves when I wash up. I'm constantly in water washing hands. My job being a nail tech, as you will all know, it's, you file into them, they go out of shape within a week. You've got chips in them from your files and things like that. So yeah, they don't get looked after. So I get a lot of lifting, even though my prep is probably on point now after 7 years. I rarely get clients coming back without nails on after 4 weeks. So, and with minimal lifting. So hopefully this will help with your prep as well, because we're going to do a little bit of that as well towards the end of the video. So as you can see, I'm just tickling away the lighter pieces of the acrylic, so that's where the lifting is. So usually it's around your nail folds, around the side walls and around the cuticle area. Sometimes you do get pockets of lifting inside the nail, so they're the lighter pieces. They usually come like a little pocket, either a round shape or a line. You'll see that it's a lighter colour. So again, in this one, I'm just showing you here, on this one, on my index finger, I had a pocket lifted in the middle. That was from a previous infill where I probably haven't got rid of all the lifting. I've been a bit lazy with myself, because I definitely don't do prep as thorough as I do on my clients as I do on myself. So yeah, we're just getting rid of that very gently. So on the middle finger, we've got crystals. So I like to remove these with an old pair of nippers. So I'm just going in and nipping those off, so that, I mean, I used to e-file them off with my drill bits, and honestly, I'd have to wear goggles, masks, you name it, even a hat sometimes, because those suckers fire off at 30 RPM, red hot, and smash you in the face or the eyeballs or up your nose. So yeah, don't do that. It really hurts. So I like to remove all the bigger stones and crystals now with my nippers. So yeah, I don't end up going blind or, you know, feel like I'm in a Spitfire. So yeah. So again, just removing the bulk. And what I like to do is as well is cut into the extension. So way in front of the natural nail, the free edge. So I'm not going to cut into epiniciums or anything, hypiniciums, sorry. Not epiniciums, hypiniciums. We're not going to be cutting into those suckers, and we're not going to be, you know, cutting in towards the nail bed area. So just to get rid of that extension on a high speed again, cut into the acrylic using your thumb always. If you can see, I always use my thumb as support. You can see the lifting on this one now as well. So I'm just going to show you what people mean when they say cut in front of the lifting. So I'm in front of the lifting on the acrylic, just tickling it very gently. This is on a low speed again with light pressure. I've sped it up a little bit, so it does look like I'm going crazy on it, but I promise you I'm not. Being very gentle, just tickling away that bit of lifting with the very edge of the E-file. So it's only the very tip of the E-file that's connecting with the acrylic at that point where I'm removing the lifting. So again, very gentle pressure now because we're getting closer towards the natural nail. We don't want to be causing any damage. It's all about preservation of the natural nail. We want to keep it nice and healthy. We don't want to go causing any pain or uncomfort to your client or yourself when you're doing this. So again, very gently. And obviously, I'm not going to take all of the acrylic off the nails, because otherwise we're going to be getting into natural nail territory. So we don't do that with this coarse drill bit on an E-file. So that's going to be left on there. And all I do is, you'll see towards the end that I refine it and I remove any excess lifting, smooth it all out towards the front, get rid of the bulk of the acrylic, ready for sculpting and prepping for new acrylic to go on. So I'll just let you watch the rest of this. So yeah, any questions about anything that I do or anything that I've used today that I haven't put in the description box, just let me know. And yeah, I'll be back in a minute. And again, you'll see this big chunk of lifting that I always get on my ring fingers. So again, I'm going in where I'm pointing, just in front of the lifting on the acrylic, very gently, just tapping it. Don't keep the file on your nail because you will burn. So again, tap, 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 and eventually you'll see that it starts to come away and you can just flick it off like that. So I'm just going to get rid of the rest. So going in front of the lifting again on the acrylic, not on the natural nail. Very gently. I have sped this up again a little tiny bit Not much though. Yeah, so that's how you get rid of the little bits of lifting with your e-file. So I'll just let you watch the rest. And again, just supporting that finger with your thumb and your pinky as you do this. Obviously, if you were doing this on a client, you'd be completely supporting with either your index finger underneath on the opposite side and your thumb, just to make sure that that finger's not going to wobble anywhere and you're going to skip and miss and then cause injuries. So yeah, it's all about safety and being very careful when you're using e-file bits like this. So again, we're just going to tap off that little bit of lifting, and then after we've done the most of the removal with the e-file, I'm going to go in with a hand file, a 180 grit hand file, and I just tidy up all the free edge of the nails. So make them all nice and tuck them in at the corners, ready for the sculpting forms to fit nicely as well. So this is all part of your prep. If a client came in without any acrylic on and you're starting a fresh sort of prep, that's also the same for either gel or acrylic, what I'm going to do next. So I'll just let you watch the rest of this and I'll be back. So with my hand file, I'm just refining the free edge, but I do try and go in one direction at each side of the nail, so I don't seesaw with the file at the free edge, because your nail plate has 3 layers. You don't want to be splitting all of those, because you will cause further splitting towards your free edge of your natural nail. So try and go in one direction at a time, very softly, don't go crazy. I have sped it up a little bit so it looks like I'm going a bit crazy. And I'm seesawing like mad, but I promise you I'm not. I'm lifting the file off each time. And don't forget, I've also got quite a bit of clear acrylic still left on the nails as well. So yeah, we need to get rid of as much as we can, ready for the fresh set. So I'm also using the hand file for sort of smoothing out the bits of acrylic left on top of the nail plate. So after doing the free edge, I'll go over the top, down the sides very gently, just smoothing out all of the acrylic, etching the natural nail plate gently as well around the sidewalls and cuticle area. It's all part of prep once you've done your removal. I wouldn't do this if a client came in for a fresh new set without any acrylic on her nails. I would obviously push cuticles back first and then go in with my e-file and do the cuticle with the e-file bit for design for cuticle, and then go in with my hand file to etch all the nails. So yeah, it sort of works backwards when you do a removal like this. You want to smooth out all of your product first that you've still got left on the nail, making sure there's absolutely no lifting left, and you've got the thinnest, little tiniest bit of clear acrylic left on the natural nail. That's how I like to do it. So yeah, I'll just let you watch. Oh, I'm just showing you here that I have really high hypericums, which is the skin that sits underneath the natural nail plate at the free edge between your nail bed and your nail. So yeah, be careful when you're filing. A lot of your clients, if you sculpt, will find that they have higher hypericums. Or tip, really, I'm not sure, but I do just sculpt, so I wouldn't know about tipping. So yeah, just watch out for those bits of skin. It really hurts if you try and file them off thinking they're nail. So yeah, I'll go in and cleanse all the nails now with some isopropyl alcohol and give them a good scrub. Check that I've definitely removed all the lifting and there's no little bits floating around anywhere that I don't want on there. And then I'll go in with my cuticle pusher and I'll start pushing all the cuticles back gently. And then I turn my cuticle pusher over and there's like a little knife piece here. I don't like to call it a knife because it's not sharp like to cut things. I use it as like a scraper. So to get in all of those sort of side folds and cuticle, and just try and sort of gently scrape away the bits of skin that are really stuck to that nail plate. You don't want to go digging up towards your epinicium or anything like that. You just want to scrape gently all the non-living tissues sat on the nail plate that you can see. So yeah, I'll just let you watch. So once I've pushed back all the cuticles, we're going to go in with a cuticle bit on the e-file designed for cuticle skin. So this beauty is from Chrissy Pierce's website again at nail.supplies. I'll leave her link in the description. So this is designed for the skin and the natural nail. It's a nice diamond bit. So I like to have my e-file on a low speed. So on this, I'll just go in with, I think I have it on a 14 or 15 RPM, and just go in one direction with my e-file forward, and then use it, because I'm right-handed, lefties will go in the reverse not position, in the reverse rotary, you know what I mean. I don't know what I'm saying. Right, yeah, so anyway, so yeah, 15 RPM, low speed, very sort of light to medium pressure. You don't want to be digging in anywhere here. We are on natural nails, so we don't want to be, causing any damage. It's all, again, about safety and keeping the natural nails nice and healthy. So I'm just going to tickle around with this e-file bit. And this really will help towards your prep. I get very minimal lifting when I do my prep thoroughly like this. So yeah, you can see now on the thumb I'm going in the reverse. I don't even know what the word to say is. Reverse, rotary. Oh, you know what I mean. Your e-file's going in one direction. Oh, that's it, reverse direction. We'll use the word direction. So again, I'm going to do this starting from the middle and go down the right side now of the nail in the reverse direction on the e-file. If anybody knows what that word is, because I'm sure there's a proper word for that, can you please let me know in the comments below? Oh dear me, I need another coffee. So yeah, once we've done all this, we'll go in again and scrub the nail plates nice and clean with our prep spray, which I use the CJP prep spray ready for fitting forms on, and then I'll go in with some dehydrator. Well, it does actually dehydrate the prep spray, so you don't need to do anything, because now I use the one monomer and it's primerless, so I don't even have to use primer. It's fabulous. So yeah, I'll be back in my next video creating some new pretties for me. I can't wait. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and if you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you would, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!